Two. Welcome back. From February of this year through the middle of September, the incredibly fun Savannah Bananas toured over 30 cities around the country. In that time, they played and partied in front of over 500,000 fans at games streamed live on ESPN2 and YouTube. Some said it couldn't be done, but I know better. I'm Grayson Knight, and this is Baseball Podcasts Are Fun. Today's guest is one of the Bananas pitchers, Matt Malatesta. He's joining me today to discuss the recent Banana Ball World Tour, his role, his background, and what's ahead. Matt, thanks for being here. How are you?
I'm great. Hey, thanks for having me. That was phenomenal. Love your intro. I've been
Oh,
waiting to do this a long time, man. I'm super excited to be here.
well, thank you so much. I'm actually really happy that we're finally getting to talk. It's December, I think, is last time I saw you, right?
That's correct.
Mm-hmm. So I know you a little bit from a few games and of course the Christmas camp that I was talking about. But how tired are you from the tour?
Oh man, it was a ton of fun. It was a ton of energy. I'm definitely happy to stay put for a little bit now that the season's ended. It was a ton of travel, but I would do all over it again. It was just it was a blast. But yes, I'm super happy to get a little time off now, and I'm excited to announce our tour dates coming up, and that's coming up in a couple days.
Mm-hmm. So of the cities you guys visited, which was a standout location for you?
Uh, Little biased, but I'm just gonna say Trenton, New Jersey, because I'm from that area. I'm grew up about 20 minutes outside of Trenton. So being able to play in from a home crowd and old coaches and family and friends that grew up watching me play baseball, it was a really special moment. And I grew up going to that stadium, and it was a very full circle moment for me to kind of pitch versus watch and be at that stadium. It was an incredible experience. So for me, Trenton, New Jersey.
Mm-hmm. So more about Banana Ball in a bit, but let's rewind the clock. Can you tell us where you grew up in your intro to baseball?
Of course. So I grew up in Doylestown, Pennsylvania. It's about 35 minutes outside of Philadelphia. I started playing baseball when I was 4 years old. Started just like any kid playing t-ball. My dad just kind of signed me up and showed me where to go from there. Um, Played up until high school in Pennsylvania until I was about 16, 17 years old. I got cut from a high school team and was no longer allowed to play in a certain mile radius of that school. So I ended up moving down to New Jersey where my grandfather had a beach house. And I said, I'll spend my final senior year there. Got to play varsity baseball, which is really what I wanted to do. I got to be a captain. And then from there, I went to a college in Bloomsburg University in Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania. I didn't make the baseball team. I tried out. They said, hey, you don't look like a pitcher. You don't kind of make our fit. So I left, went to a community college in New Jersey. Wasn't really sure about what I wanted to do anymore. Really just wanted to play baseball to have fun and to have that friendship because once you stop playing baseball, you really lose that close knit friendship that you kind of take for granted. Um, so I was just really trying to find myself again, and I ended up playing baseball for 2 years and got a call to come down and pitch in South Carolina. Played here for a couple of years, and Bananas reached out in 21, said, "Hey, would you like to help wrap up our 21 season and pitch in possibly playoffs?" And I was like, "Of course." So got to pitch a couple good innings with them, and they kept asking me to come back, and I've been a Banana ever since. So since August of 21, been here.
So how far is your hometown from Philadelphia?
It's about like it's about 35 minutes. It's not far. Grew up a big Phillies fan, Eagles fan, Flyers and Sixers. Been super loyal to them. So yeah, been a big Phillies guy. That inspired me to always kind of play baseball how I play.
So besides baseball, were you playing any other sports or have any other hobbies?
Yes. So growing up, I played basketball, soccer, and a little bit of football. Basketball was my second sport until once you get to high school, I wasn't really as good as the other guys, so I started focusing on baseball. But my other hobbies are I love surfing and doing a lot of beach activities like skimboarding and stuff like that. Just because I like spending a lot of my time at the beach.
Mhm. It says on your Savannah Bananas card that you love water polo and fine cheese.
It's funny. I'm not sure where the fine cheese came from, but the water polo comment came from an interview that Biko did with me. Um, sorry, back in the tryout for the 2022 World Tour team, and he had a pair of headphones on me, and I couldn't hear any of the questions. And for some reason, I brought up water polo, and it was just really funny. It wasn't at all near the question he asked me, but I brought it up just because it was one of those words that popped in my head, and I just threw it out there. So water polo is kind of an inside joke.
Mm-hmm. So, things I like to do besides baseball, is I was a black belt in Taekwondo. I love virtual reality. I love Rubik's Cube. I love chess. I don't know. I mean, baseball is my main thing, but I love doing, pretty much everything. I can just teach myself how to do stuff.
That's awesome, man. Now, what do you like about virtual reality? It's something I haven't gotten into yet, but I just went to GameStop today, and me and my girlfriend we just picked up a Nintendo Switch, so we're super stoked. We're gonna play Mario Kart, but I peeked at the VR headsets. I'm like, that seems pretty interesting. What do you like to do in the VR world?
It's awesome. What I like to do, I just like to just play games. Pretty much all types of games, like story games, multiplayer games. Um, win reality on there.
Yep,
We can do win reality. I've never tried it, but it looks like a lot of fun.
that's
There's lots of stuff that you can do on virtual reality.
super cool, man.
Fully immersed, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Mhm. So I met with you about a year and a half ago at my first Bananas game, and I got to work with you at the camp, and I really like to work with kids as an instructor. So what do you get out of that?
Um, Me with my baseball experience, I would like giving back to the baseball community as much as I can, and any way, shape, or form. When you love a game so much, and someone tries to take it away from you with being cut from a team and saying, "Hey, you're not good enough," and all this, I want to help kids make that team. I want to help kids, accomplish goals and find a true passion. But I don't want to push, someone too hard because no one likes being, feel like they're told to do something. Or I want when I instruct kids to make sure they love the game and work from there. So it's helping kids just be able to climb the ladder of success in the baseball world and letting them know that hey, just because one person tells you you can't do it doesn't mean you can't do it.
So what's the most fun thing about coaching for you?
Just seeing the improvement on these kids. I've given lessons to a couple of kids now for going on years, and it's really exciting seeing, you know, pitches develop between, change up and sliders and, locations and their mechanics and how smooth they become and see how far they've came. It's super rewarding knowing that, someone listens and they're giving back. And just that's my favorite part about coaching.
So one of my favorite things is working with coaches who really love what they're doing, and I could tell you were having fun with us.
Oh, dude, for sure, man.
Mhm.
I love we did the pitching station at the time, correct?
Yes, we were with the radar gun and different pitches.
Yep, that's the favorite thing is like, it's so rewarding at the end of the day when it's like, all right, you guys are warmed up. Let's see what everyone's got left in the tank for a little bit of Ela.
And it was super cold.
It was cold, man. We had a cold winter last winter. I do remember that camp. It was a chilly one. We were all
Mhm.
bummed up.
So I'm in eighth grade now playing 14U, but next year I'll be at the big transition to high school baseball. So what do
Mhm.
you remember about that challenge, and what advice do you have for kids my age that will be going through that?
Woo, man, I remember like it was yesterday. I remember having goosebumps and butterflies my first day going onto the high school field, and hey, this is always what I work for. Tried to do is be a high school baseball player, and just always remember, even though it's a different jersey, it's a different team, you're always still the same ball player. So don't try to apply too much pressure. Always keep, we like to say in Banana Land, keep it at a 7. So don't get too big in the moment and don't be too down on yourself. Keep it right there in 7 and realize I do what I can do and handle what I can handle. Everything else is outside my control. But I'm gonna nail. I'm gonna get better today every single day. So always keep your head up too.
Mm-hmm. So I saw a video of you hitting. So besides pitching, where else did you play, and were you a good hitter?
Oh man, um, I've been hit since I think I took batting practice with a couple of the guys. Um, I'm not the best hitter. I was, back in high school and in college. It gets pretty tricky once those guys start throwing some good off speed and fastballs. It wasn't really my choice to stop pitching, stop playing the field, but you know, pitching to me came a lot easier than hitting that little ball. That ball can do a lot of crazy things. So, was I a great hitter? No, but I definitely was okay to keep playing through high school.
Well, I love to hit and play anywhere in the field, but pitching is pretty fun too for me.
I love it pitching. It's a different aspect of the game. Just like if you were, playing the outfield one game versus playing first base. It's just every little position has its own thing that you fall in love with, and once you really fall in love with that position, it's for you. But
Hmm.
the cool thing right now where you're at is you have the flexibility that you can probably play anywhere you want. You're adapted to still, hey, I'll be an outfielder. Hey, coach, I'll be a second, third, shortstop, wherever you need. But and that's the beautiful thing. You still have that option.
Hmm. So when did you make the jump to the full-time pitcher? High school or at the University of South Carolina, Beaufort?
I made the full time jump to pitcher when I was in college, my freshman year at Ocean County College in New Jersey. That was a community college I went to. I showed up to a practice or a tryout, and they said, "Hey, pitchers who want to pitch, we're gonna have a radar gun." I just wanted to see how hard I threw, just like anyone. You hear a radar gun. I wasn't even a pitcher, and he said, "Hey, you threw pretty hard. I'd love to have you as a pitcher." I told him, I said, "I'm more of an outfielder." And once he saw me pitch, he goes, "All right, you're going to pitch for us and you're not going to play the outfield. That's what I want you to do." I was like, "All right, that's fine with me." Like, we have a good team. I don't mind pitching. And I remember he started me, I think the second game. And as me not being a pitcher, I was super nervous, just like you would be, playing any position. But it was my first time was in college, freshman year. That's when I started pitching.
Hmm. So how did you end up at USCB?
I threw a no hitter my sophomore year at Ocean County College, and I got a bunch of calls, but none really reached out to me. Really kind of went through with the deal, and then I went to play in a playoff game, and some coach he didn't really like something about me, but he reached out to his friend, and that's how South Carolina found me. So USCB being such a small school in the middle, bottom of South Carolina, it was really cool that I could, come from New Jersey all the way down to South Carolina.
Hmm. No hitter is awesome.
Oh yeah, dude, it was exciting. It was I didn't even realize really what was going on until about the fifth inning. When I pitch, I like to get just I don't know how it happens, but I get super locked, just super, super tunnel vision locked in where just kind of I'm so into the game that I really don't even remember what's the last pitch or the sequence of the guy I just faced. I almost black out. But I look back at the no hitter and I really don't remember throwing all those pitches and facing those guys. But I got some film back, and it was just one of the craziest experiences because, like, to say I threw a no hitter in college is an awesome accomplishment.
All right, so on to banana ball now. So how did you start with the team?
So the Bananas called me in 21, said, "Hey, we need we're gonna be short some staff. Let's reach out to some local guys." So the Bananas reached out to me and said, "Hey, you want to come pitch?" I said, "Absolutely. I'd love to be a Banana." I tried a year before. They were too busy with COVID, everything got all caught up. So next year I was so happy they invited me to come out. Um, Pitched pretty well for them. They handed me the ball in the championship game. I think there's not many pitchers left, but they gave me the ball, and I was super thrilled. And I pitched, I think 2 2/3 innings. I had something really well stat line, and the Bananas asked me to come play Breakfast Bowl. I played the Breakfast Bowl, and I did the World Tour last year, did the Summer Series, and now I just wrapped the 23 tour, and times just flew by. I can't even believe that, it's been 3 years already.
So you started with the college summer team?
Yep, back in 2021.
Mm-hmm.
We won the CPL that year, Coastal Plain League.
So can you answer this honestly? Do you think banana ball would be such a success?
Did I think it'd be such a success? Did I have my doubts? A little bit, of course. You know, with what the CPL team was incredible atmosphere, and the team was incredibly competitive, but also had a great, brotherhood. And it was so cool to be a part of that, baseball team and play baseball and compete. That when he went to Banana Ball, I was like, wow, he had something incredible and made it even better. And at first I was like, oh no, we won't have just baseball, but he made it into something even more unique, and it's incredible to be a part of it. So my first initial reaction is no, but to what it's became, and everything, Jesse's an incredible guy. And if he says he's going to do something, he's going to do it, and he's absolutely made Banana Ball take off, and it's an incredible thing to be a part of.
So what's insane is that you're my 28th guest on the show for my podcast.
Very cool, man.
Banana or party animal.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Very
Yes,
cool.
man. 28. That's a lot.
That is a lot, man. You're almost at 30, and 30 is that's a big number. Get that big go there.
Mm-hmm. So what I think Banana Ball has been such a success since 2022 and 2021.
It's been such a rocket ship of just the trick plays. I mean, we went from doing only one trick play last year to doing close to 600 trick plays this year, which is just unheard of. It's been incredible to watch, and as a pitcher to get a ground ball and watch Ryan Cox go in between the legs, behind the back, or whatever he does, or Matt Wolf at second base doing a cartwheel, even DR doing a backflip. It's just so fun to watch, other than a baseball game. That now that when I play baseball games, my roommate's Christian Dearman. So when we watch baseball games, we always yell at the TV, like, do a backflip, or like, the ball goes out to the fans. We're like, catch the ball. It's such muscle memory for us right now.
Mr. Electric.
Yep.
So 28 out of 80 total guests on my show. What is that, like a fourth or something? I can't do quick math, but that's like, it's like somewhere around that. But it's like a fourth of my total guests. Wow.
Crazy, man. That's awesome. Congratulations.
So real quick for the fans out there that don't know, seeing a Bananas game in real life is one of the most fun things ever. There really isn't anything like it. So Matt, how comfortable were you in the beginning with the dancing and all the circus between innings?
Oh, it took a lot of comfort. It took a lot for me to get out of my comfort zone. In 21, when I first had my first Bananas dance, it was my first player dance. It definitely took me out of my comfort zone, but I'm so bought into what we're doing that if they tell me to do any kind of dance, I'm bought in. I know I'm going to put my best effort towards it. I'm going to learn it. And it's been something really special. Even though dancing could make a lot of people uncomfortable, it's totally brought me out of my comfort zone. I was a kid who didn't want to dance. I didn't want to go on the dance floor. And if I go somewhere now, I'm definitely going to go out on the dance floor and have a good time. And it's, but definitely it's taking me out of my comfort zone. I love the Bananas for it.
So how comfortable are you now?
I'm so comfortable. I think if they tap you on the shoulder and said, hey, someone can't do this, we need you to fill in, we're going to teach you really quick, I'd feel 100% to go A-okay. Put me out there in front of thousands of people. Even if I mess up, I'll still do my best, So I am 100% comfortable doing whatever they ask, and dancing is A-okay with me.
It truly is fans first.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Anything for the fans, and that's what it is. It's all, it's an incredible show, and the show must go on. And I love dancing so much now that we do it between the Hey Baby, the the Thunderstruck kick line, and all the other promotions we do. It's incredible. It's fun.
Mm. So not only did the Bananas and Party Animals end the tour in Cooperstown, the organization now has an exhibit in the Baseball Hall of Fame. So what does that mean to you personally?
It's a it's a dream come true. It's incredible. To hear it out loud be said, it's still, I still can't take it all in. It's just it's so incredible to know that I could go up there at any time and look at our stuff in the Baseball Hall of Fame. It's incredible.
Uh, Before that, had you ever been to Cooperstown before?
I've never been to Cooperstown, even though I
So
grew up.
so you even had you couldn't go to the Hall of Fame until then?
Yeah, that was my first time at the Hall of Fame ever.
Wow,
hmm
man.
So I took it all in, and to see our stuff with it, super cool.
hmm So I went last summer for a baseball tournament, and I went to the Hall of Fame. Obviously there wasn't a bananas exhibit, but next time I go to New York, I'll definitely check that out. It
How,
sounds
how was
awesome.
how was the baseball tournament there? I've never got to do it, but I heard it's insane.
So it was only for 12-year-olds, and there was like 60 teams and like a bunch of bunkers and sheds and stuff, and like
hmm
100 fields. It was awesome. It was crazy.
When I drove by, I looked at it, I said, that is probably the coolest place to play baseball for Little League. It's just, I saw all the dorms they had, and it's just, what an awesome experience it must have.
So many home runs.
Oh, dude, I can
Mhm,
imagine. That's awesome.
mhm. So yeah, I think we finished 16th or 15th out of like 65 teams or something.
It's
It
pretty
was
good.
so fun. Yeah.
It's pretty good, dude.
Mhm.
It's an
So
awesome.
the entire organization from owner Jesse Cole all the way down has been so nice to me for the past 2 years. I'm really, really happy for you guys and the success you've had. You guys deserve it.
Thank you
Mm,
so much, man. It's thank you for everything you do, man. I remember when you first came, and you started interviewing people, and you started going down the list, and to think you've now are at 28 people, it's an awesome accomplishment, dude, and we're happy to do it with you, man.
mhm.
Thank you.
So I don't know if you noticed, but you actually have a signature on my hat right here.
Yep, there I am.
Also on the Bananas jersey over there, you signed it back in December.
That's the one you won, right?
Yeah, that's the one I won in the camp
Very
in the
cool, man.
raffle. Well, thank you so much. Last question about the tour. So it's actually about next year. On October 5th, the Bananas will reveal the cities and dates next year's Banana Ball World Tour. So where is someplace you want to play, and do you think you'll play in MLB Stadium next year?
Ooh, one place I love to play would be somewhere up north. Um, do I think we'll play in LB Stadium? I sure hope so. I think there's a good shot. I think we played in a lot of big stadiums this year, 15,000 plus people. Um, I know we're going to keep climbing and trying to do better things. So I think we're definitely going to play in LB Stadium next year. Um, it would be a dream to play at Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia, where the Phillies play. I grew up going there my whole life, and the fact that it opened up in 2004, and it's a big part of my whole baseball childhood. Just going to those stands with my dad and going to games and stuff like that. So it'd be super cool to be able to play there. So that'd be something special.
Mm. That would be awesome. It is unlikely, but I'd love you guys to play in Gwinnett somewhere close to my home.
I would love that too.
Mhm.
They mean big stadiums out there, or a little minor league
They got
stadium?
the Gwinnett Stripers Braves minor league AAA stadium. It's like 14,000 fans,
Yeah.
something like that.
Hey, that could be a big possibility, because I
Mm,
know we didn't really go out to that part of Georgia at all. And I think,
mm,
Georgia's such a big state. I'd be awesome to go just to another part of Georgia.
Yeah, so every time I go to Bananas games, I have to go drive like a few hours to go to
Right.
Savannah.
And I'm from Pennsylvania, so like, I didn't realize how big of a state Georgia was until I got down here. I'm like, oh my gosh, Georgia's so big that you could be in one part of Georgia and have snow in all this crazy weather and be super cold. And then down by Savannah, it's different weather. It's a big state, man. So I'm with you. I hope we travel the state a little bit, and that'd be cool to play on Triple A stadium for the Braves.
Mhm. Well, okay, you heard it here first, folks. So hopefully these things happen. But Matt, we've reached the not so rapid fire questions where you can answer with as much or as little info as you want. There are no wrong answers. You ready?
Yep.
So you have a pretty unique look. So one of your teammates passed along this question: which banana or party animal do you get most confused for?
I got a pretty unique look. So I really don't get mistaken for many people, but I've been handed Dan and Bill Leroy's cards a lot because we both have brown hair and we both have facial hair. So when I'm signing cards, they'll hand me that, and I say, it's not me. But yeah, probably Bill or Dan when they have their hair.
Bonus question. So can you think who sent that question?
Mm.
It's not Dan or Bill.
Is it Ziggy?
It is Ziggy.
Here's my other one. He's the other one I always get mistaken for. I'm sorry if I could re-answer that question. I actually I tell Ziggy this all the time, but I've had so many people come out to me and hand me his card and said, or they'll come up to me and say, "Hey, you're the beard guy." And this is when when I grow my beard out a little bit, and he goes to a mustache look or whatever it is. But I have to say, no, I'm sorry, I can't balance your bat for you, or I can't balance that's him over there. I said, I wish I could though, but he'll do whatever you want, and he's got a super special talent, but yeah, it's something I cannot copy, and it's really funny because it's that's very true. Means that you get all the time.
Mm. So you love Philly and the Phillies. So who makes the best cheesesteak in the city?
Ooh, I'm going with Jim's on South Street. They're my favorite by far. There's a lot of good options in the city. You can't go wrong. Barstool Philly did a March Madness draft of all the cheesesteaks, and Jim's did pretty well. But yeah, they're my favorite. I gotta go with Jim's on South Street.
Mm. I don't think I've ever eaten one, so sorry.
Hey, come on up, dude. You gotta try
Mm.
one out. They're great.
Mm. So have you ever ran up the steps at the Philadelphia Museum of Art like Rocky?
Absolutely, many times.
Were you like singing the song in your head?
A little bit, probably a little dun, 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 dun. Yeah, absolutely. But you gotta get to the steps, and once you get, you gotta sprint all the way up, and once you're there, you gotta turn around and you gotta, pump the fist. You gotta act like you did it. And it's funny because you can't feel weird because everyone does it. If you were to stand at the top of the Rocky Steps and hang out for like an hour, you would see about 40 people come up and do that. It's funny. It happens all the time.
Did that make you feel strong?
It makes me feel like Rocky. It inspires me a little bit. I'm happy to be, part of Philadelphia, and I love that city, and it's a special place.
Mhm. So what's your favorite song or band, or who's your favorite singer?
Ooh, a lot of good questions. I'm a big fan of. Right now, I've been on a Jimmy Buffett kick. I love Jimmy Buffett. R.I.P. to my man Jimmy. My parents and my mom, they've been big fans of Jimmy Buffett. They've been going to his concerts, and I was able to go to his concert as well with my girlfriend Morgan. And he just passed, but I love his music. It's such a relaxed vibe, and all his songs just seem to kind of always put you in a good mood. So,
My
but,
dad's about to cry because you said that.
no, I'm sorry.
So who's your favorite baseball player growing up, and did you ever get to meet him?
I did. I was actually very, very, very lucky. My favorite baseball player growing up was Shane Victorino. I saw when he played for the Phillies. I think it was either 2004. I think it was five. Yeah, called up in 2005. And I played right field, and he was a right fielder at the time. And I'm like, I want to be like him because he had a really good arm, and that's something I thought I had as a kid, is a pretty good arm. So I was like, I'm just going to try to be like he does. And I just thought he was so cool, so fast, the way he played the game. He hustled. He was a little guy. He wasn't like, he wasn't like some 6'4", 6'6" Aaron Judge. I felt like at the time I could relate to him because, like, he's just an average height guy. And in Las Vegas, he came out and they said, Shane Victorino's coming out. I said, no way. And I actually, I was such a big fan of Shane Victorino at the time that I had a Phillies jersey that my dad brought out for me, and had the World Series patch in 2008 when they won it. And I got him to sign it, and it was a super special moment. But the coolest moment was that I got to pitch the inning that we hit a walk-off to win the inning, and Shane Victorino hit the walk-off to win it. So me and him had a little special moment there. I got the win. He did it for me. It's really cool. And the rest is, now it's in the history books. So super cool experience.
That's awesome.
Super.
So can you cook? And if so, what's your favorite dish?
Ooh, can I cook? I love steak. I'll grill a good steak, some chicken. I'm not the best. I use the microwave a lot, so I'm kind of a good chef when I can mix it up. But most of the part, I'm just ripping a bag or cracking a can open and putting it in the microwave, with veggies and rice, and I'll make some chicken or steak.
How do you like your steak?
I like it medium rare. Medium rare.
I think that's my dad. Yeah, that's what my dad likes.
Yeah, it's good having.
And last one, what's your favorite baseball movie?
Ooh, there's so many baseball movies. Oh, I'm gonna have to go with Major League. Major League.
Major League?
Yeah,
That one's
love
one
it.
of my top three.
Yep.
It's Sandlot, Major League, and Field of Dreams.
Yep.
Mm.
I was gonna say Benchwarmers because even though it's a comedy and it's not really like focused on baseball, it's really cool to just the whole story of the guy sticking up to the bullies. But yeah, no, for sure, there's some great baseball movies out there.
Well, Matt Malatesta, everybody, we did it. Thank you so much. Do you have anything else you want to add or ask me?
What is your favorite Bananas moment you've had so far?
Bananas what?
Moment.
Ooh.
Whether
Well,
it's
going my first banana ball game, that was awesome. Throwing out the first banana. Man, going on the broadcast booth on ESPN, that was really cool. Seeing the 3-2-2. Like, yeah, probably seeing my first banana ball game in person.
That's awesome, dude.
I think I was also, I think they let me shag fly balls too at
Yeah.
during batting practice.
Yeah, I remember you out there shagging with us. Absolutely. Hey, I would say thank you so much for having me and being a fan. It was awesome talking with you on. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, thanks again for coming on my show. Please visit at Matt_Malatesta11 on Instagram. Also, check out the SavannahBananas.com for news about next year's World Tour, with cities and dates being revealed on October 5th. And you can help my show by subscribing to Baseball Podcasts Are Fun on Spotify, YouTube, and Instagram, and my website, baseballpodcastarsarefun.com. Please check back soon for an all-new guest. Until then, that was Matt Malatesta. I'm Grayson Knight, and this was Baseball Podcasts Are Fun. Don't forget to swing for the fences. See ya!